Marpol Annex 1 Regulation for Prevention of Pollution by Oil. Marpol Annex 1 is the first implementation made by Marpol 7378, one of the most important international marine environment conventions. The convention was designed to minimize pollution of the seas from ships. The objective of this convention is to preserve the marine environment through the complete elimination of pollution by oil and other harmful substances and the minimization of accidental discharge of such substances. The Marpol Annex 1 began into force on October 2, 1983, and it details the prevention of pollution by oil and oily water. Marpol Annex 1 details the discharge requirement for the prevention of pollution by oil and oily material. It continues to enforce the oil discharge criteria described in the 1969 amendments to the 1954 Oil Pollution Convention. It is also introduced the idea of special area which are considered to be at risk to oil pollution. Discharge of oil within them have been completely outlawed, but there are a few minor exceptions. Annex 2 Annex 2 is a regulation for the control of pollution by noxious liquid substance in bulk that came into force on April 6, 1987. It is another important Marpol regulation that protects the marine environment and safeguards its ecosystem. As the volume of chemical carried by the ship increases by the late 60s, and accidents such as collision and grounding become more common. This regulation was introduced in 1983 to safeguard the marine environment from the elevated risk of chemical pollution by noxious liquid substances carried in bulk. The regulation aimed at pollution prevention from the ships during operation and accidents. Around 250 odd chemicals are included in the list of subjected to this regulation under various categories X, Y, Z, and other substances. Marpol Annex 2, or Regulation for the Control of Pollution by Noxious Liquid Substance in Bulk, comprises of 8 chapters containing 18 major regulations. Further, it also sets a standard for construction of chemical tankers. The discharge of noxious substance is only allowed by reception facilities ashore and not into the sea. Marpol Annex 3 Annex 3 Marpol 7378 Harmful substances carried at sea in package form. This annex came into force internationally on July 1, 1992. It contains regulations which include requirements of packaging, marking, labeling, documentation, stowage, and quantity limitation. It aims to prevent or minimize pollution of the marine environment by harmful substance in package form or freight containers, portable tanks, or road rail tanks wagons, or other form of containment specified in the Schedule for Harmful Substances in International Maritime Dangerous Goods or IMDG codes. There may be the following sources of pollution on container ships: A. Pollution from whole bilges contaminated with cargo or oil seepage. B. Pollution from loose overboard of harmful package goods, marine pollution as in IMDG code. Also, there are 5 examples of Marpol Annex 3. First is handling cargo holds bilges on containers vessel. 2. Handling bilges from other spaces but non-AR. 3. Handling or harmful packaged goods. 4. Disposable cargo. 5. Fire and safety. Annex 4. Regulation for prevention of pollution by sewage from ships. Annex 4 came into force on September 27, 2003. Annex 4 contains of 8 regulations. First is definition, application, exception, surveys, issues or endorsement of certificate, issue or endorsement of certificate by another government, form of certificate, duration and validity of certificate, sewage system, standard sewage connections, discharge of sewage, reception of facilities. That's all for Annex 4.